Okay, we're gonna get started. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to be playing survival mode of curved space. I'm gonna start in normal and see how that goes and see if we can up the difficulty a little bit later. For those of you who don't know what curved space is a twin stick shooter where you kill alien robotic spiders for energy. So you actually harvest them. It's got a campaign. The campaign has a story, explains everything about it. But we're going to be playing survival. Survival is an endless mode that keeps getting harder and goes in loops. You can pick up weapons and pick up power-ups for your ship. As things get harder, you get more lethal. I've not played normal difficulty for a while. I played it at first, but then as changes started to come in, I tested them on nightmare difficulty to make them, just to make issues more evident faster. So you can see I don't have any high scores here. These are the real leaderboards for the game. Last time I played was in Extreme. I got a million points, and usually I test and play on Nightmare, where I currently have 22 million high score. But today we're going to be using normal, which is the intended difficulty for the game, and the idea is to see just to see all the new changes, as most players are going to be experiencing them, because most people are not going to be playing in nightmare difficulty. So this is to get an idea of how things, how balanced things are, and see if I can get any insights to give some feedback on. So let's do survival. And let's use, okay, so there's a lot of screens, of maps that you can play. I'm going to start with Portal because it's a more straightforward, like they're all twisty and windy, but some are more twisty and windy than others, and Portal is more straightforward for people to be able to follow the action without getting lost or maybe even dizzy. So if people are seeing this for the first time, Portal is going to make it a lot easier on the eyes. After a while, we can switch to something like Tangle, which is very cool. They're all very cool, but it definitely, you need to have warmed up your vision and your brain before jumping into something like Tangle to be able to follow the action, especially if you're not the one playing. So we're going to start Portal, and now we're going to choose difficulty. I was playing Extreme before, but we're going to be using normal. Now there's challenges here that you can make things harder for yourself. The one that I'm gonna be using here is, again, I want to experience this in the usual difficulty that most people are going to be experiencing. However, I'm going to be using the out of ammo challenge. What this does is, depending on difficulty, some weapons have limited ammo, and others are, infinite. In Nightmare difficulty, they're all limited ammo except the default blaster so that you always have a weapon. By turning this on in normal, it makes normal behave the same way, and this forces me to be changing weapons. So I don't just pick a couple of, or my favorite combination or the most lethal combination, and I don't just stay there and spam it the whole playthrough. This forces me to use weapons, and the weapons are all really cool, and they're a lot of fun to use. But how players are, right? We will optimize the fun out of a game. So we need the game to force us sometimes to have fun. And I think this is a great tweak to that you can set once you have some experience, so that you don't fall into a rut and play the game the same way always. As I said, I have not played normal in a long time. When I played it before, the game was simpler or easier. It was easier to kill spiders. Spiders are a lot harder to kill now because of some variation. I've noticed it in Nightmare. So normal could be hard. Normal could kill me, even though I haven't, even though I normally play on other difficulties. So I could die right off the bat. This is a surprise for me. I did not practice normal before doing this. So let's see how we do. Okay, and here's our first attacker. Yeah, so we have a lash, which allows us to lash spiders, kind of just like a cowboy. We can lash several spiders together. We can lash them to other things. It is a core mechanic of the game to harvest them for energy using a harvesting, like pylons. And yeah, we also have a dash. The dash serves a couple of purposes. It allows us to get away, but if we have spiders lashed, we can ram them, and it hurts them a bit, and you can kill them. And we can have upgrades for our lash and our dash to make them more lethal. Every time I get the bunch of green health packs, it's because I finished that round, or that that swarm. I survived that swarm, so a new one is coming. Okay, I have the Weed Whacker. Now the dash has this thing that's good and bad at the same time, which is if you dash over pickups, you will pick them up. So if you have the maximum amount of weapons, you will replace your primary weapon with whatever weapon you go over. So you need to be careful if you don't want to pick up weapons. However, it is a lot faster than using the pickup button. So if you do intend to pick them up, it's also a good thing. The dash cannot be spammed if you do more than 3 dashes in a row. So if you spam it, you will get a red bar at the bottom, and your dash will not work again until the red bar cools down. It's kind of like an overheating punishment that you get for spamming it. So I need to be careful not to spam it. I have 2 weapons now, the blaster and secondary weapon, the flamethrower. I can interchange them, or I can just have them in that position, and I will be able to shoot them both. I have a button for each primary and secondary. If I have 3 or 4 weapons, I do need to switch which one is in primary and which one is in secondary to be able to shoot additional ones, but I can shoot 2 guns pretty much, equip them at the same time. Okay, this is a power up. just not telling me the name. Overdrive endurance, high score, discount dash. So this one's interesting. You get a reduced cooldown, so you can use a little bit more without worrying about it overheating. Overdrive lash. The lash gives you overdrive power. The overdrive I currently have the overdrive powered up. I have not used it yet though. So this is a turret wave. This was different. I can't use my weapons. I have to use the turrets, and I can the explosions of the turret, missiles, the rockets from the turrets can hurt me. Like, I think the turret, the missile won't explode on me, but if it explodes close to me, it will hurt me. So it's easy to get stuck somewhere, and if you don't stop shooting, then you can shoot yourself instead of the spiders. I've done it a couple of times. So I don't have weapons, but I can still lash spiders, and I can still ram them if I need to. Little flamethrower. Oh, a tickler. You want to tickle me with your whip? The flamethrower is really cool. The thing is, you have to be careful, or you will not. You know, you can like block your vision, and you don't know exactly what you're doing. You're in the midst of a lot of spiders. You can, if you're not gonna use a pickup, you can shoot it. It will explode. If spiders are close to it, it will hit them and damage them. That's always a good thing. So you pick up health even if you don't need it. You still pick it up. So you'll see that I'm picking up all the health even though I'm close to full or I'm already full. The health disappears after a while, so it's not like I can just leave it there and use it later. Okay. So we finished that round, or that wave. We got a new wave coming. So every so often we're gonna get another turret wave. They kind of take turns. The turret wave is very nice for points because of how the multiplier works. Because if the turrets, you can use the turrets to kill the spiders farther away from you than normal. There's less chances that they hit you, so you can accumulate a lot more multiplier on turret waves. And then your finals, your score will be higher in the end. So turret waves are, especially at higher difficulties, it's easier to kill yourself or to die. But it's also, oh, I dropped my blaster. It's also a lot better for points. So if you're going for points, turret waves are kind of like a blessing and a curse at the same time. And that's that happens a lot in this game. Like everything that has a bad downside has a positive side. So you often find yourself like in a position where you're wishing for something that normally you don't want, like normally you despise. So if I'm going for points, I'm wishing for the turret waves. But if I'm going for longest time survived, then I'm not really looking forward to the turret waves. So let's see, we have automatic overdrive. I have not used the overdrive yet. I'm gonna use it next wave to show you. This guy doesn't want to show me his name. Bullet Storm, Lethal Dash, I like that one, and Vampiric Lash. Well, I have two nice ones. Let's take this one. They're all nice. I'm just right now I'm looking for these, just to be a little more lethal. So I'm looking for the Lash and for the Dash ones. I said the health disappears, but on that power-up pickup, the health will remain until you finish, so you don't have to hurry so much to pick it up. There. Okay, Sandblaster. Let's set Sandblaster as primary. Which I'm not going to be able to use because I'm in a turret wave, but at least then I can set myself up for the next wave. I can lash the spiders to the turrets if I want, or I can just lash them to each other, or I can lash them to myself. Okay, let's recover. We were in pretty good shape, but it's always good to eat your greens. That was a very good killing round. There. So I rammed that guy without shooting him. So this wave seems to have enemies a little more spaced apart. We had a whole bunch at the beginning. We managed to kill them in a bunch, and then they kind of just came in little groups, which is nice. I mean, it's nice for a breather, especially things can get intense. Let's shoot this guy. So that's an armored spider. It was gray until I shot its armor out. I currently cannot lash armor spiders. There is an upgrade that will allow me to do that. And it's not that I can't lash them. I can, but they will kind of let go of the lash. I overheated my lash. They will let go of the lash, so you can attack them quickly, like lash them and go hit them quickly, or lash somebody behind them and ram them as well. Okay, this is a rolly wave. All the little rolling guys. If I leave them alone, they will roll. I can interrupt their roll with the lash, or I think by shooting them as well. So when they start coming for me, I will interrupt their roll, lash them, and attack them. You can interrupt most enemy attacks that have like a warm-up phase. You can interrupt the warm-up phase by using the lash. So like these guys, they turn yellow and you can interrupt and then they shoot. So if he's yellow, I can interrupt that by lashing him. He doesn't want to be rammed. They get pretty feisty when you lash them, right? And they move around a lot, so it's not guaranteed that you're gonna be able to catch them with your dash. You need to wait for the right time. Okay, so what do we have? We have Bullet Storm, not right now. Less score penalty, not yet. Energy weapons, not really using energy weapons that much. Detonate Lash, okay. Automatic Overdrive, high score. Let's go with the Detonate Lash. So I've not used Overdrive yet. I keep saying I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna use it at the beginning of the next wave. Let's see. I'm gonna use my Overdrive. Okay. And you can see that my weapon all of a sudden gets a lot more oomph, both visually and in the amount of damage that it does. And now as I shoot enemies, my Overdrive keeps getting restored. My Overdrive energy. If I set up automatic Overdrive, whenever my energy is up, it will trigger the Overdrive automatically. So double tap is nice, but I don't want to use my plasma gun. I do want to use my plasma gun. I have not been using it. So I changed my plasma gun to primary instead of the blaster. Okay, so this guy's armored. There. So as you saw, I tried to lash them, but I can't. There is a tiny moment of opportunity to ram them with the lash. It's very small. I missed it. But as I did show that you could lash somebody close to them or behind them and still use the power of that dash to harm them. So they're definitely not invulnerable. Okay. So you saw I tried to pick up that weapon, the cutting beam. I like it a lot, it's one of my favorites. But I was not quick enough, so it disappeared. I did not absorb it in time. Okay. Now there's a cutting beam. Sometimes it's a pain. So you can see this is a swarm-based game. You have swarms of enemies that you have to survive. However, there's a lot of space for one-on-one encounters, right? When you lash somebody, it's a one-on-one battle. You can get a couple of enemies in place and gun them down. So it's not just getting super powerful area of effect weapons to kill large bunches of spiders at the same time, right? There's a lot of room for skill, for just being able to aim and shoot. And the lash and the dash are not that they would seem overpowered, but they're not, because they're really hard to handle. I mean, it's not It's not straight, you know, throw the lash. The lash is not a gun. It's definitely you can't just point and shoot at somebody and be guaranteed to hit them. Sometimes you miss them and the lash keeps going, right? Because the lash doesn't know what you're aiming at. It just keeps going until it gets to its maximum stretch. And during that time you cannot throw another lash, and there is a little cooldown there. Same thing with the dash, right? The dash is not really a matter of pointing, of aiming and dashing. It's more of dashing when the enemy lines up. You're not guaranteed to hit the enemy, as you can see. Sometimes I have 2 or 3 tries. And you also need to be careful not to overload your... Oh, I need that health. So you see, I'm getting less health pickups, right? As I keep playing, the game gets harder. My survival is not guaranteed, but I do keep getting more powerful as I get more power-ups and as I play more. I was close to death a little while back. One of the enemies sniped me. And you know, I also have to be very effective with both my weapons, my primary and secondary weapons. I have not picked up any power-ups for additional weapons, but I can have up to 4 guns. Again, I can only shoot primary and secondary, so I need to be juggling them. But it's good to have a weapon that you like in store instead of, you know, using up your weapon and having to wait for something else to come up. Sai is really nice. The Sai is a very powerful melee weapon. And the Magneto is also a very powerful close-up weapon. So my health is really low. I'm very close to death, unless I can heal up a bit. Yeah, and overloading my dash is not the right way to avoid that. Whoa, I exploded that. So I died. I went right into the rift. So those balls are rifts and they damage you. Okay, we did 23 million, 42 waves, 182 kills in 21 minutes. So I will continue. By continuing, I will keep my power-ups and keep my current weapons, but restart without any score. Okay. Nice. So I have a shotgun. Oh, and I picked up a storm. And I picked up some health. And I have a turret wave. Alright, so let's take advantage of this turret wave to get a little more score. Yeah. Turret waves are nice for accumulating multipliers, as I said. Higher multipliers mean higher scores. As you can see, the turrets kind of follow you around, like as you move, turrets close behind you and open up close to where you are. Like this one. Oh. Okay. The jackhammer is really nice at close range. So this, this move, lash, dash, and jackhammer is nice for clearing groups of enemies. That guy just sniped me. Yeah. I don't like. So that was me going into the rift, getting damaged a whole bunch, and then being teleported to a safe area. So getting stuck inside a rift is definitely not nice. And it can kill you very easily. Okay, so I picked up the sniper. Now I have the Mega Blaster. Mega Blaster is nice. Homing missiles, okay. Homing missiles are not bad, they're pretty powerful. Nice. Alright, that's nice. So I have a 27 times multiplier. If we don't get hit, or if we avoid, don't get hit too much, we manage to keep the multiplier up, we will do good things with score. So definitely normal is a lot more difficult than it was last time I played it. It starts off, good, like good for you, good for raking up points, but it does get challenging relatively fast. I mean, we played for 20-something minutes, and it got to a point where it killed us. So just because it starts taking it easy on you doesn't mean it's gonna take it easy on you forever. Are you? Oh, you were sniping me. Sound Blaster. Sound Blaster's a nice one. Let's set it up as a primary. Speed boost, faster charging, piercing mash, overdrive endurance, raw power, reflection dash. Let's take this one first. So reflection dash will reflect any damage I take while dashing. So it just helps me hurt them in new ways. I like how the sandblaster scurries around after you stop shooting. They're like little worms. There we go. My health is pretty low though. And I'm not getting that much health on the recover stages anymore. So definitely have to not do things like that. I think that needs to be a firm understanding not to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, so the rifts have started to become the bane of my existence. They're tricky, especially if you get stuck in them. But if you're really low on health, you could kill yourself by just backing into one, even if you're not dashing. Okay. The spiky spider. Spiky spiders are very fun looking. And as you hit them and they degrade and change color, they just look wilder. They look like their hair is up. Okay. So my health is back up, which is good. I think I just missed a... Okay, no. I thought I missed the health. I do that a lot, I miss the health. Discount dash, do I have that one? I think I got it on the last. Yeah, you have it. I think, yeah, but it stacks. Right, yeah. I think I get a bigger discount. Yeah. So, it's okay. It's okay to pick it up again. There's several of them that stack, so you can pick them up more than once. Okay. Another turret wave. Again, very nice for picking up multiplier and points. But you can shoot yourself if you're not careful. Like that. So I was showing you how you could shoot yourself. I think a spider shot me, that's why I lost so much health. But again, you can definitely lose some health by shooting yourself. some of these spiders snipe you real nasty. You can, a couple of those snipes will end you. I think that's something interesting about this game, is as many ways as you have to hurt spiders, they have of hurting you. So sometimes you think, yeah, I'm overpowered with these things I picked up, but some of them are pretty OP as well. So it's kill them before they kill you. So you need to be overpowered. Sometimes overpowered. What sometimes feels like overpowered, at other times it barely helps you to stay alive by the tips of your fingernails. I'm doing a better job of managing my health now. I can definitely keep it up. I don't know if that was 2 centipedes stuck together. I don't know how these spiders breed. It wasn't in the manual, but I can definitely see some parallels from nature there. So you never know. Okay. Whoa, where's the health? There. Another swarm? Come on, I just killed one. I just finished with one. So I did not have arachnophobia before playing this game. I have to say, after playing it a lot, I'm not more fond of spiders than I was before. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm gonna hop into a spaceship and start shooting them, but they're definitely like real life spiders are definitely way less cool than these ones. So if you can hate these ones, it's not so hard to hate real life ones. Seeker mines. Let's stay with the charged laser, which I have not used. I'm doing a bad job today of using my secondary weapons, to be honest. Which is why I got killed, because I'm not efficiently using my weapons. I mean, the lash dash is very powerful, but you can't really count on it to be the only, your major source of damage. You need to keep some of them away. Some of them are pretty deadly close up as well. So where is it? I'm not gonna get any points by not killing anyone, so where? I need to find them. Okay, more weapons. Health magnet. Shockwave. That's a shockwave you can charge. Vengeance. This is a shockwave that automatically gets shot out every time you get hit. So if you dash into a spider and it hits you, you hit it again with the little. Okay, so this is a turret wave, so I need to assume turret wave position. You can be anywhere. This is not the turret wave position. This is my turret wave position. Which is, I'm debating how good it is, because I'm really close to walls. And being close to walls is not a good thing with the splash damage from the rockets. But also, By being here, I only have 180 degrees to protect myself from. If I'm down in the middle, I have to protect 360 degrees of myself. Okay. Okay. Let's switch charge laser to primary. Hey! Come on! Nice. 117 times multiplier. Definitely good for raking in those points. Now I do lose multiplier by getting hit. So if I get caught in a rift and get hit 100 times in a row, one right after the other, I will lose a lot of multiplier. Laser whip. I like them laser whips. I love the sound. The sound is amazing. It does make me wonder if the spiders are enjoying it a bit too much. Hello. Hello. Okay. So that's interesting. My multiplier is still at 117. No! I hate those. These guys shoot these bullet bursts that are just a pain. Because they're just layer upon layer of bullets. And the timing in order to dash through those without getting hit is... Wait, I didn't want to do that. Where's my... Ah, shit. Okay. Double tap. Okay, laser whip primary, double tap. So where are you? Where are them spiders? Oh, okay. Faster charging. Higher score. Discount dash. I already have that. Raw power. Extra weapon slot. More weapons. So let's get an extra weapon slot. So with an extra weapon slot, I can hold 3 weapons. I still only have one primary, one secondary, and I can switch them. I have one button for cycling primary and another button for cycling secondary. Okay, so now I only have the double tap. Okay, I have the Scorpion. Scorpion is like back whip. It's nice because it forces you to think differently. Like, I mean, you could back into enemies to hit them, but the idea is that if you're surrounded, you have a way to defend yourself. And the double tap shoots like a little guided and then does a big shot. It takes a while, so you definitely have to have them well lined up. Lashing helps. There. Nice. Okay, I have 3 weapons. I have a shotgun. I'm gonna put the shotgun as secondary. So I'm shooting my shotgun. Now it's primary, because... Okay, that's interesting. So I have primary and secondary weapons. I lost my secondary. The secondary went into primary, but the other weapon I had did not get selected automatically into secondary. I think that might be a bug. So that's good, we can report bugs. It's hard to report bugs in this game because it's full of bugs, right? I mean, all of the enemies are bugs, are kinds of bugs. So it gets tricky when you report bugs. Or sometimes there's bugs on the bugs, right? So it's kind of hard to say this bug has a bug. And they say, which bug? And then you don't even know what they're asking for. It gets complicated pretty fast. Okay, so my health's not doing so great. And I'm not doing a good job of managing my weapons. I got stuck. There. So getting stuck teleports you, I don't know if I said it. Getting stuck teleports you to safety after a little bit. But sometimes you can get stuck in a place where you can hit yourself with turret fire, or enemies can still hit you. So getting stuck is definitely not a nice thing, even if it's temporary. Okay, I don't want another weapon slot just yet. This guy is... Hey, I have 2 of the same car. Ah no, okay, overdrive lash. I read wrong. Rear shield. More weapons. Okay, rear shield. Rear shield is a nice one. It gives you shield on the rear. Pretty self-explanatory. There's a full shield also, which is also very nice. This half shield feels kind of like a diaper, or like a badass diaper, like a heavy metal diaper. Wait, what the hell just sniped me? I'm not getting very fun. I'm not very fond of these snipers. No, you're not gonna get the jump on me. Whoa. Okay. That health healed me quite a bit, thankfully. My diver came back, and then I destroyed it immediately. I don't know if any damage will use up your shield, or if it's just back damage. I don't know if ramming into enemies from the front will use up my diaper. I think it may. Okay, health is almost back up to full, which is nice. You never know when you're gonna need it. Wait. There. Okay, you can do that. Flame blade. Flame blade and weed whacker. Weed whacker. Okay. So yeah, it's important to keep an eye on your weapons, know what you have. A lot of weapons shoot differently, so if you don't know what weapon you have, you might be trying to shoot one way that doesn't do any good. See, I lost that health. I was distracted and I lost the freaking health. And I'm not at full health, so I did need it. Okay. Let's weed whack you. Okay, health is really low. I may be getting close to my demise at 81 million points. I think we did get. I don't know. No, I don't know actually. What do don't remember how much we need to get into the top of the leaderboard. So after we die here, I still want to play normal. What we can do is check the leaderboard and then get back in. We will be starting without any power-ups, but we can also that can also show us, you know, how our luck on power-ups can affect how fast we can get to a certain score. Because the power-ups are luck, right? They are random. Although there's a lot of them, you can choose between them. You could go like, I just got the shield there, the full shield. You could go a long time without seeing the power-up that you want. Okay, so I did miss a health, so I'm gonna pick up the health magnet. It's not gonna work if I'm too far away, but at least if it spawns and I don't see it, if it spawns behind me and I don't see it, I have a lot more chance of picking it up. And that's what we want, right? I mean, nothing is for certain in this game. It's just a bigger chance of something happening. It's funny, I keep saying that a lot, right? The lash is not guaranteed. Not missing power-ups if you're not paying attention is not guaranteed. The dash is not guaranteed to hit. You're not guaranteed to live. So yeah, there's a lot of things in this game that are not guaranteed. If you're, you know, you can make them a lot. You can make them happen if you have the practice and the skill and the understanding of the game. You can make it happen, but if you're not paying attention, no matter how much you've played, you know, things are not just gonna magically happen because you played a lot of the game. You have to make them happen. Your skill and attention is required by this game. You could be great at using all weapons, but if you're not paying attention to what weapon you have assigned to which primary or secondary, you could be just holding trigger on a shotgun and the shotgun will just shoot once. See, that was pretty cool, but that doesn't always happen. You could have the same conditions and you could just end up dashing in the middle of a lot of enemies and get killed, get beat to death, to a bloody pulp, to a pulp of circuitry. Assuming you're not actually inside the ship, right? I don't know if we're inside the ship or we're remote operators of the ship. You know, this seems pretty far into the future. I think ships would be drones by then. But then there's indication of a lot of that in the campaign. So yeah, you can definitely find it out by playing the campaign. Okay, hello. There. So we're starting to get into the flow. There's times this game has a flow. There's times where you get into the flow and you're just killing enemies left and right and managing your health well. Other times you are not. You know, you get out of it and everything gets hard all of a sudden. And it's not that the game is unfair or that the game got harder all of a sudden. It's the way that you're playing it. It's just making it harder on yourself. So when you're flowing, the game feels easy. And it's not that it is easy, it's that it feels easy to you. Watching this game is funny because there's a lot of flow and feelings of continuity and feelings of fluidity that are what make this game fun, but you don't get all that through watching the game. So no matter how good the game looks, playing it is a lot better. I mean, it's a lot more fun to play it than to watch it, and I think it's fun to watch it, but I think that if you enjoy watching this game, you will enjoy playing it a lot more. Which is not the case with all things that you can watch and play, right? Like, there's some sports I like to watch, but I don't like to play. So I think fluidity is the key word in this game. Gameplay is fluid, the environments are fluid, another discount. I'm getting discount dashes a lot. Did I dash? I don't remember if I picked that one up. I have that one. I don't think that one stacks. Shield, I have the full shield and overdrive dash. I'm not really managing or using my overdrive energy that well. I need to start using it, but I'm not gonna use that power up yet, because if I don't use the overdrive. And it's funny, right? Because you get killed and you're like, heck, I had a full overdrive. That could have saved my life. There is an automatic overdrive. Again, the problem is I don't really like to have. I mean, it helps because you use it, but you may not use it. You know, it's automatic, so you don't use it at the right time. I think the overdrive can save your life in a pinch. I think you have to remember to use it when you're under pressure. But I think that having it automatically while you have it on, things like lashing are harder and dashing are harder because the recoil on the weapons are a lot more. Weapons are like weapons in first-person shooters here, right? They have recoil. Like even this has a little, you can see a little shake, that's a little recoil. The shotgun or the sniper have a lot more recoil. So it definitely makes aiming or lashing harder. Which is just one more level of immersion that you have to be paying attention. Because in this game nothing is guaranteed. Hitting your enemies with your weapons is not guaranteed if you don't manage the recoil. Hey, are they hiding from me? Are they trying to gang up on me from behind? Are they that smart? I was talking about fluidity, right? So the spider's legs are an example of fluidity, how they move, they're very fluid. The environments are very fluid. This environment is curvy, but it just has a top side. So there's others that are more curvy and they have a top side and a bottom side. We will play in another environment. I think we're doing pretty good here. I think we are at probably at the top of the leaderboard. So when we get killed here and we go out, we'll come back into normal, but on another map. I'll show you Tangle. Tangle is my favorite. At least it's my favorite in the campaign. It is a hard map for survival because it has a lot of little alcoves, but moving between the alcoves can get tricky. Whoa! Oh, I'm stuck out of bounds there. So that's funny because I got teleported far away, but I was still lashed to the spider. So you don't usually lash a spider so far away, but by doing that teleport, I did get it. I like my shield is back. So shield kind of feels like useless because it goes away after you get hit. But it depends on what hit you. It really will help you. And sometimes it just comes back in the middle of the fight if you don't get hit for a bit. Okay, so let's start worrying about score. Let's start doing less penalty on hits so we can keep the multiplier and do more. We have a lot of dash and lash power-ups. We have discount dash, lethal dash, detonate dash, vampiric lash, reflection dash, vengeance, which is on the dash, and that's it. So we have those, and then all the other ones, right? And we have discount dash twice. So we're pretty good on making our dash and our lash more powerful for us. You can definitely tell, right? Your odds of survival definitely increment as you get the power-ups. But again, you know, we got killed last time and we had quite a few power-ups. A lot of power-ups that we got later this time around. We got pretty early on the first time around, and it still didn't save us from getting killed. Because you have to be aware of everything. Be aware of your health, be aware of your surroundings, be aware of the fact that this is a turret wave and I was not using the turrets. I was just trying to dash everything to death, which is a valid strategy, right? If that's what you want. But if you're just doing it because you weren't paying attention, then you're not paying attention to other things. Hey, health. That was pretty full, but it's always nice. The little dips of health on the health bar are not binary. Whoa. The little dips of health are not binary, which means if they're not either on or off, they have percentage of fullness, which is represented by how I think by how transparent they are. So just because you see all the divs, it doesn't mean that you're at a full health. And it means you're around full health or pretty close to full health. Or it could be at full health. But like being 100% is not guaranteed. So nothing's guaranteed in this game. Have I said that before? Yeah. So this middle part is nice. I really like it. It feels really cool. It is a bit dangerous because of the rifts, right? This is a big rift here. You can definitely dash yourself into the big rift or get pushed into it. And you can take a lot of damage from the rifts. So we have this power up that does little detonations, right? Every time that little shockwaves every time we get hit, and that's that little red ring. So when we get caught in the rifts, you see that the rings, there's like just hundreds of rings coming out of us. That's because that's every time we get hit, right? So we get hit a lot. And if you're going for score, of course, that means that you're going to be losing multiplier. We're a little safer on the multiplier because we took the less penalty, which means that our multiplier goes down less every time we get hit. But it's still, again, it's a percentage of that. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to lose any. We could take it more, like stack that. It is very stackable. But it's never gonna get to a point that you don't that it nullifies the penalty. I think it's just a percentage less, right? But if you take a percentage and a percentage and a percentage of a percentage, you never get to 0%. It just and I don't think the game is programmed even to allow you to get to 0%. You know, even if the calculation would, you know, it probably has to stop somewhere. I may be wrong, but I don't think, at least I haven't played long enough to get to that point, or I haven't picked that power up long enough to not get any penalty. So our multiplier is at 235 times, right? So every time we kill an enemy, we get points on the bottom. Those points on the bottom, I have that one. Those points on the bottom then get multiplied by whatever is on the other side of the times, and then that's what our new shockwave. I don't have that one, but not really. I don't think I'm gonna be using it. Piercing Lash, do I have Piercing Lash? I haven't picked up the Piercing Lash yet. Whoa. Wrong button. Now I have the Piercing Lash. So the armor spiders are not safe for me. They never were. Like, again, you can lash and dash in a very short window and still get to them. But it's definitely a short window, and you rarely get it, honestly. It's more often that you lash another spider behind the armored one, and on your dash you angle it like so that you hit the armored one, and that still hurts it. I can count more on that than on the fraction of a millisecond dash. So that's a good thing about the little shockwaves. Again, when you start hitting yourself with these guys, with the rockets, you can tell because there's a lot of little explosions. You can hear them and see them, so it's kind of like a good warning to stop hitting yourselves if you really need that kind of warning. But definitely, yeah. Death by self-inflicted deaths by turret is probably one of my highest mortality reasons in this game, especially at at higher difficulties. Okay, flame blade. Let's put that one on our secondary, and wow. My health is low. My health is low. There, thank you. So we have a lot of power-ups, and what the heck was that? I don't know if I was hitting myself with the rift. No, see, I wasn't. I don't know, I think they ganged up on me. So some of these centipedes look goofy, like they have another one stacked on top of them. I don't know if it's just their position or if there's something weird there going on. Okay, the rolly waves. Rolly waves are cool. Rolly waves are nice to dash because the rollies kind of group together, bunch together, so you can take out of quite a few. Also, the lash feels super useful because you can stop them from curling up and rolling towards you. Them rollies like to roll. Sometimes you can just dash a whole bunch of times and never hit them. Wait. I like that noise because it tells you someone's gonna snipe you, even though you can't see them. That is a good telegraph. Not all enemies have such, evident telegraphs, unfortunately. Some of them are just visual, some of them don't really have telegraph, so that makes this one a lot more special, that you know it's coming, you can dash out of the way or look for whoever's doing it. The sound is definitely annoying, so you want to get rid of it as well, like when you're playing, so you're definitely looking for them and getting rid of them, and you got them all when you stop hearing the noise. So it's definitely a good addition to get. Wait. It said high score, and it is speed boost. You saw it? It said I was gonna get the high score one. I pulled it in, and what I got was speed boost. I could tell it was gonna happen because of the color. The other one's green. The high score is usually green, but the name that I was seeing was there. So that happens sometimes. That's a little bug there. I'm glad I got it on video here. because I definitely want to use that for reporting bugs. So I'm just, you know, I just played this game, but I report bugs. This game's not out yet, it's on beta, so I think that's what beta is for, playing games and reporting bugs. The beta is really cool because it's not just one of those discords that are there and nobody uses it. It's very active, and the developers are very active, and any feedback you give is seriously considered. It's never dismissed out of hand. It's always seriously considered, and it has an impact. And by an impact, I don't mean that, you know, that everything you say gets put into the game, or everything you ask for is put into the game. But you can definitely see when an update comes, that a lot of the things that you found, a lot of the things that you said, that you suggested, are in some way present, even if it's not exactly as you said or as you imagined it. And anyway, the developer will tell you when they use whatever you said into the game. You will know that they're using it, right? They're very vocal about it. You know, when they say, "Oh, that's a great idea. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna start considering it." Then, or look into it. Then you know it's you know, it's coming in one way or another. And I think that's you know, that's what betas are for. Betas are not for playing free games. Definitely, betas are for supporting games that you want to come out in the best possible shape. And you know, if you happen to play 140 hours of it before it came out, then you know, that's 140 hours of fun that you got before it hit the market. And again, you should consider going and paying those $30 or $40 or $60 for those 140 hours that you got, even if you don't ever play it again after it comes out. Yeah, as a player, betas for me are cool because you can get to play things that are farther off, that are not yet going to be released. You can see the evolution of things. You know, it's really cool to see an awesome game that you played when it wasn't so awesome, and have that history in your head of how when it got that awesome and how it slowly got that awesome. I can definitely for sure say for this game that's the case, right? Every feature that I love about this game, I can remember how it was originally and how it got to where it is, and the different stages in between. So it makes you appreciate the feature a lot more. I already have that one. I don't know if they stack. Do they stack? I'm gonna take it up again. Yeah, Detonate Lash times 2. To be honest, I don't know what Detonate Lash is gonna do on times 2. If it does more damage or what. Some of them are evident, right? 15% of increase on something means that if you pick it up, it's, you know, another 15%. Again, mathematics aren't always the way that they seem. Doesn't mean necessarily that it's a 30%. It could be a 15% on what remains after the 50%, after the first 15% is deducted, or another 15% on the total. It can mean a lot of things, but you know, it's okay. It's good enough for you to know that it's a higher percent than it was before. Detonate Lash, I'm not sure what its stacking quality is. The explanation that the game gives for it is not that conducive towards stacking. I thought it didn't stack. And again, just because it shows times 2 doesn't necessarily mean that it has a stacking value. It could be a bug, but I'm definitely gonna find out if Detonate, you know, what that effect is, and if it's and if there's a way to double check it, right? As a player, as you're playing, You know, a game can tell you that it did something, and it can be, you know, sometimes it's not evident, and sometimes you're like, yeah, I know it's doing something. I can't really say how much it is, but I can see that I'm getting better, right? I can see that I'm hitting harder. I can see that this is happening more often, even if you can't really, you know, it's not that evidence for you to say, yeah, it's happening 1.5 seconds faster. But in theory, a game can say anything and do anything else, right? Do something else. You know, that's what bugs are. A lot of the times, the game tells you it's doing something, but because you don't have a way to double check it, you don't know if it's really doing it. So I'm definitely gonna ask about that, about the detonate lash, and how I can double check that, make sure that it's working as it should. Because these power-ups are, sometimes you get like the same one a lot of times in a row, but that doesn't mean that you always get that one a lot. Sometimes in a run you barely get that one. So whenever you get a power-up, it is an opportunity. Even if you're getting a lot, right? Especially with the stacking ones, it is an opportunity to survive longer, to get better, to get more a higher score. Whatever you're shooting for as your objective for that run. Yeah, but you don't want to waste it, right? You don't want to pick something that you think is stacking and it doesn't really have a value. Sometimes they all have value in a way, but sometimes the value depends on what you're trying to achieve. So like if I don't have any of the lash or dash ones, high score for me would be like a waste at that moment. Later, when I have all the other ones that I wanted first, then high score becomes very valuable. So sometimes picking up the wrong one can feel like you wasted that, even if you do get it and it's going to be valuable for you later on. You feel like you wasted that at that moment. So definitely you don't want to be picking up things that don't, like, say they stack but they don't stack, or the value that they had by stacking is not what you expected. And I think that's one of the keys with this game is there's a lot of nuance to understand, because you need to assign value to things at the moment, and that value changes at different moments. So you need to be able to make these decisions without, you know, staying in the screen for 20 minutes. So it's a game that, for sure, the more that you play it, the more that familiar that you get with the nuance, and the more advantage that you can take of it, of the mechanisms that it offers you. Okay, health this up. Overdrive lash. Extra weapon slot. Faster charging. Detonate lash. I just got that one. Overdrive lash. I have not gotten that one. Speed boost. So I have a feeling that I haven't seen some power-ups for a while that I did not pick up. I have a feeling that I'm not seeing them anymore. Like, I never picked up automatic overdrive, auto overdrive. I never picked it up, and it hasn't been coming up. So I wonder if it's just a matter of the random number generator, or if, because I'm seeing others very often, so I don't know if it's the game is stuck on just giving me the same options. It could be. So I'm going to try to, wait. See, I'm playing this. I was playing this as if it wasn't a turret round, a turret wave. Now this is an interesting positioning here. Although it's only one turret on this side, I do have turrets on both sides right now. I normally stand a little further back, but I'm very well covered here. I think on higher difficulties, this would be a nice spot to stand. And I'm not hitting myself that much. So I'm gonna try this. This could be my new camping spot for the turret waves. I mean, turret waves are pretty hard on Nightmare. On Extreme too. On Extreme they're very hard as well. So when I say camping, I mean I don't mean by any way easier. It's just more likely to survive, right? And that's what this game is about, doing things that make it more likely to survive. Survival is not guaranteed. High scores are not guaranteed. Just because you got 11 million or 100 million last time does not mean that you still could die with 1,000 points next round. So these guys here, they died. They were nice. They were very cooperative this time. They cooperated a lot with their demise. Sometimes they are not that accommodating, for sure. Okay, so who did I lash? Okay. I have a sniper. I have a sniper. And I've not been using my sniper. There. Sniper is a very nice weapon. It's hard to hit things, or harder to hit things. But you know, when you hit them, you hit them. You hit them for a good bunch of damage. For sure. I'm gonna do this rolly round without dashing. It's hard for me because the rollies are awesome for dashing. And I lost my sniper. Wait. I lied. I'm gonna dash a bit. I need more health. Yeah, like those guys just hit me hard. There. Well, I dashed a little bit at the end. It's hard to resist the temptation, I have to say. They are definitely crunchy. See, this eye is really good for cutting down this plant-like stalked spiders. And it feels good, right? Because they have that thin little body, and it just feels like you're cutting them down. It feels very a very fitting end for them. So now I have 4 weapon slots. I have not been taking advantage of them. I could you take a lot more advantage of them as well if you don't have the no ammo challenge, of course, because you will keep the weapons for longer. You can drop your weapons as well, like I can drop the side. See, I just spit it out, and I can take it out again. Pick it up again. Okay, raw power, discount dash again, overdrive endurance, more weapons, energy weapons, overdrive lash. Okay, let's overdrive Lash. Overdrive Lash. I'm gonna start using the overdrive more. I don't remember if the Lash gets any power, any extra powers on the overdrive. Okay, that's interesting. So the wait, I'm gonna die. The psi doesn't work. When you're on overdrive. That's interesting. I don't know if that's by design. I usually use a psi and overdrive at the same time. Okay, I have one more weapon slot. Okay, so where are you? Okay, my health is really low. Wait, where's my health? Okay. I need to start managing my health a little bit better. I'm gonna be dead before well, I'd be dead at 435 million points. Okay, let's go get out of this. I think this was pretty good. Okay, yeah. So survival normal. We got So the high score was at 7 million before. All right. Let's take a look here. Okay, so I definitely want to do another normal run. So yeah, survival at normal is a lot harder than the last time I played. Pretty much originally when I started playing the game, survival at normal with all of the challenges turned on at that time was something that you would quit out of, like when you got bored. On my first week I did 1 billion points, so that's 1,000 million points on normal, and then I quit because I didn't want to keep playing. Now, as you can see, normal will kill you eventually. If you get distracted, if you're not paying attention, if you don't manage your health well. I'm not sure why I got killed there, because I had a lot of health and then it went down suddenly. I don't use overdrive that much. I think using overdrive threw me off. So I don't know if I need to practice overdrive or if overdrive active makes you more vulnerable, which doesn't make sense. probably doesn't. But maybe that's something we can try out as well, right? See what other effects Overdrive has on the next run. Okay, so 435 million survival in normal. I think it's decent, right? It's pretty good. It's not a billion, but it's quite a workout, I have to say. It is quite a workout. I like that. I like that you can play this game on Nightmare and come to normal and still find a challenge. It's a different kind of challenge. It's a different playing style. You have freedom to do other things that on Nightmare you can't, because you have to be very methodical on what you do on Nightmare just to survive. In normal, you can try other things, do other things, play more with the game mechanics. So it's a different experience. It's not it is easier, but it's not an experience that won't kill you. It will still kill you. It still has a challenge. It is easier, but it's a challenge. It's a different type of challenge, and it's a different type of game. And that gives the game a lot of longevity, because you can, in a lot of games you play, as you go to harder difficulties, you never come back down, because you have nothing to do at lower difficulties. In this game, each difficulty represents a different gameplay style for you, a different type of challenge. So you can definitely go to one or go to the other, depending on what you feel like, on what your mood for the day is, or what your objectives are, right? You create your own objectives here. There is a leaderboard, but you have to decide that your objective is to get points, because you could make it your objective just to play for a long time and not get killed, regardless of how many points you're doing, and that will change the way that you play. You could say, okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to get the highest multiplier I've ever got, and try to get, I don't know, 1,000 multiplier or 2,000 multiplier or whatever, right? So you focus on actions that drive your multiplier up, right? You start worrying about getting hit. You don't want to get hit, not because you're going to die. You don't want to get hit because you get your multiplier down. You start choosing the right upgrades based on what you wanted. There were a lot of upgrades I was not choosing, because my objectives were specific for this role, get higher score for this run. If I had different objectives, like getting a higher multiplier or just staying alive for a long time, I would have, chosen other ones for sure. Okay, so let's go back to the main menu. Okay, so I'm gonna step away for a little bit. I'm gonna do some tweaking to the stream for what's coming next. So I'm gonna leave you with some music, and I'm gonna be back in a few minutes, like 2 minutes. Okay, and we are back. So we are going to play some more survival, but we're gonna play it in hard difficulty. And we're gonna use a different map. Okay, let's just quickly, before we start, take a look at the leaderboard for hard difficulty. Okay, 84,650 is the top score. It looks like we had played hard at some point, rather quickly. Alright. 84,000. Was that 84,000 or 84 million? Sorry, no, it was 84,000. Yeah, 84,000. Okay. So let's go into survival. Let's go into Tangle. Tangle is a very nice map. It's probably my favorite map on the campaign, but I have to say it is hard on survival. Let's go hard difficulty. So we still have the no ammo, out of ammo, sorry, challenge. Kind of wondering if I should keep it or get rid of it. Are there any thoughts? Should I keep the out of ammo, which forces me to switch weapons? Should I get rid of it so that I can maybe hang on to some weapons a little longer and make more killer combos? Okay. I'm gonna keep it. So let's start with the Tangle. Okay, our first spider. Not so easy to kill, but it did give us a scorpion. What? Wait. I do want my health, even if I don't necessarily need it. Okay, so the inside structure of the Tangle, it's still separated into alcoves, but they're a little bit closer to being a single open space. Definitely more maneuverable. Good to get away from bunches of enemies. Okay. That was a big blast. Hey, that spider is a killer. Just shooting those big blasts one after the other. Gonna get some health. Yeah. So on easy we were getting a lot of health, and on hard we're just getting 1. I don't know if it's because we have been playing and the game kind of did not reset correctly, like the state in which we are, and it thinks we've been playing this map for longer and we should be getting less health. Because I'm pretty sure we should be getting more than just 1 on hard. On Nightmare we do always get 1 from the start. But on easy we got a whole bunch. So jumping from a whole bunch to just 1 on hard doesn't really feel like a decision that the devs would make. So it could be a bug. Again, the word bug, right? We need a different word in this game. I mean, the bugs are there all the time, and it's our job as players to kill them. Discount dash, let's go with that one. Okay, turret wave. Turret wave here is gonna be interesting. How does that even work? Do I have turrets? Like, what are the turrets? Okay. Oh. Okay. This is interesting. I mean, fighters can come from different places. Oh, I see. I'm killing myself. Turrets are never safe. You will kill yourself with turrets given half a chance. Hey, hey. That guy doesn't even have a turret shooting me. Okay, give me some health. That was a very cowardly turret wave of my part. I was really close to dying. At 980,000 points, which is not when you really want to die. I mean, how many minutes have we been playing? Maybe 3? Max? Maybe less? Hey, you twitchy spider. You know, I have homing missiles. I have homing missiles. Yeah, you're not going to survive them homing missiles. Wait, my health. I need it. Wow, my health's really low. I didn't realize how low my health was. Whoa. Wow. 1 million and we're dead. Six minutes. That was not good at all. That was not a good run. I said it, right? I said it. Nothing is guaranteed in this game. Nothing is guaranteed. There's enough randomness in the game that every time you play is different. Wow. Hey, I don't like you. So I have a javelin. Okay. Javelin's a nice weapon. So where are you guys? Come on, come on. Javelin will pin the spider to the wall. Rockets, no. See, it will pin the spider to the wall. Javelins are pretty nice. Piercing lash. Let's take that one. We're going to need all the help we can find. That last run was not good at all. It was not even decent. So I don't think anyone's playing hard seriously. Like, people are either playing normal or extreme or nightmare. The leaderboard looked kind of empty. And the high score was pretty low. That could be also because the game is, the game is very balanced right now, in the sense that normal is eventually is a challenge. You know, eventually it gets hard enough to kill anybody. So it's not like immortal mode. I haven't played casual, but I have a feeling casual will eventually also get hard enough. Right, so maybe people just find normal good enough for what they need, because eventually it will kill anyone. So it's, yeah, starting on hard is kind of like weird in that scenario. Nightmare is kind of a different challenge all in itself. But I think that's a reasoning behind why not a lot of people are playing hard seriously, or nobody's playing hard seriously. But when I'm here playing it, and it really feels different from normal, right? And it feels different from nightmare as well. Just the way how aggressive these guys are, the ways that they're aggressive. I don't know how much the map accounts for it. Maybe if I was playing hard on the same map as before, I could judge that better. Because maybe here they're bunched up more. But I get the feeling that this is the hard. This is what hard feels like, regardless of the map. This is the hard experience, and it's different than the normal experience, and it's different than the nightmare experience. It's a different challenge. It's a different type of challenge. It starts off in a different way. I think part of what killed me was that, or could have been, I'm not gonna speak too early and then get killed faster this time. It could have been that I was still in easy mode mindset, right? When you change the mode, you have to change your mindset for sure. So maybe I was playing with the wrong mindset and that's why I got killed. So that's interesting, right? Let's see if I can adjust to how hard demands to be played, because each mode demands to be played in a particular way. You can still have your unique playstyle and combination of guns and whatever, but there's a mindset that you have to take, and that's not, you don't decide that, the game decides that. The game presents that challenge to you if you're willing to accept it or not. And that gives a lot of longevity, as I said, to the game, because sometimes you feel like playing in a certain way, sometimes you feel like playing in a different kind of way. Maybe sometimes one day you have a lot of hours and you're like, yeah, I'm going to take it normal to the max, and another day you have less time and you're like, okay, I'm going to take nightmare with all challenges and see how long I can survive. That's definitely going to be a shorter experience, more intense, but it adjusts better to what you're looking for at any moment. Reflection dash. So I've been picking up the first power up that I come upon. It's coincidence that the first power up I come upon is one that I'm really interested in. So it's not that I'm just taking the first one. I mean, if it would have been something I wasn't interested in right now, and again, I'm interested in all of them, but there's priorities that I have right now for extending my longevity. So like, I wouldn't take more weapons right now. I need things that make me a little more lethal, so I can survive the escalating difficulty of the waves. This map for dashing has some tight spots for dashing. There are some places that dashing becomes more difficult in this map because they're pretty tight. Some corners like this are kind of weird if you're dashing around. This area is pretty small because of the rifts, but you never have to stay in one area too long if you don't like it, because everything's connected, right? There is a whole bunch of platforms everywhere. Of connections, right? Everything's connected to the next platform, whether it be on the same side or on the other side. So that's another thing. I mean, if you're pretty low on health and you want to run away, which running away is an option to survive, the game says survive. It doesn't say kill. It doesn't say how to survive, right? Sometimes surviving is retreating, getting some health, and coming back to finish them all. Live to fight another day. So yeah, running away is an option. This map is very conducive to running away. Because you can move out of the platform pretty fast. Sniper and jackhammer. I don't know, that doesn't feel like a very long range option. Do I get health? Where is health? Where is health? I need help. There you are, more weapons. Vengeance, yes. Let's avenge. Let's avenge ourselves. My name is Dansanga. You kill me. Prepare to die. You can avenge your own deaths. I guess that's one of the perks of resurrection. You can avenge your own killer. Yeah. So where are you? See, so these top platforms are crazy because the spiders can come to you from all angles. So you're pretty exposed. Not there. These rifts are not helping a lot our case. Whoa. It was covering up our closest turret. Okay. Yeah. Where are you? Yeah, I'm not feeling too healthy here. Whoa, where's my health? Okay. A little health. A little health. Now there's no safe spot here. All the good things about one spot have equal or worse bad things. Darn. All the health I get back, I lose. Flamethrower and flame blade. Am I gonna be a fire guy now? Yeah, I'm on fire. Literally on fire. 3 million. In 20 minutes. Well, no, that's the total time we've been playing, I think. I don't think it's the time of this trial. So it includes the prior time. Last time that we died also. On the same run. I feel that my dash is so ineffective. I think it's compared to what it was before on normal with all the power-ups. Yeah, see, I have a shotgun, but I'm just playing to press the button once. Where are you? Come on. Okay, stay still. Don't miss your health. Okay. Health behind you. So health usually spawns behind you on these faces. Raw power, okay. I need the other one. Let's go counting. What are you? What the hell are you? I don't want that one. Jesus. Yeah, and what about the other three? Energy weapons. Okay, let me pass. Extra weapon slot? No. What's the blue one? Okay, hey. You're just being annoying. Faster charging? Energy weapon. Let's go for raw power. I need a little power. A little extra power. Whether it be raw or cooked. Power is power. Like those games where you eat fish, you can eat fish raw, but it gives you less health than if you eat it cooked. I'm not so sure about that, the science behind that. I always feel that raw fish foods have a lot more flavor than cooked fish foods, and for some reason they're more filling to me. Like I can get filled up with less. So I've always wondered about the science behind that particular decision, and for me it feels more cultural, right? Culturally, cooked foods are more prepared, therefore they're more elaborate, and it's more common, right, in some cultures, at least in mine. My mama never gave me our fish raw. I had to grow up and start eating sushi for that. My son's gonna say a different thing, right? For him, fish is raw. Like he says fish, and he means sushi. And then, like if he wants it cooked, he says something else, like fish fingers or something like that, or breaded fish. Yes. Again, I have a shotgun and I'm not using it. Crazy. See, you have to. That's the thing. You can't just press buttons and forget in this game. You have to be aware of what you're doing. You have to be pressing the right buttons in the right way. I don't think there's many games that you can say that, right? That you have to press the buttons. Well, I guess all of them in a way, but at least for shooting, especially in ship games, right? Maybe a lot more weapons-based first-person shooters where you actually see the weapon and they all have this different feel and all that. For ship games, usually weapons feel the same. And they behave very similarly. So that was nice. That starting state of the Psy, it was like at the end of the animation or something. So it looked huge. Or maybe it was just this state. Maybe it was like charged. Yeah, so the Psy has a charged state. You can hear it and it turns, it lights up. So I have a double tap now, that's my only weapon. So you can end up with just one weapon. So if this one gets depleted, I will get a blaster. Bullet storm. I feel like I would like a blaster. Like if I'm down to one weapon and that weapon is limited ammo, I would get a blaster on the other weapon. Just because it's the only weapon that's unlimited ammo in Nightmare. So just to make it the same everywhere. So that you always have two weapons, so that the only time that you can only have one weapon is because you have a blaster and you exhausted everything else. I don't know. It's down to preference, I think. It doesn't really impact the game that much. But it's kind of my mind is expecting to have a blaster always. When I lose, like when I lose a weapon, when I get down to one weapon, I'm always expecting that one weapon to be a blaster for some reason. And when it's something else, my mind gets surprised. 27,600. Yeah, so hard is proven to be hard, right? It's not easy. It's not a nightmare. Like Nightmare, but it is proven to be complicated. 39,000. Okay, so I spent my double taps. So where are they? Where are them enemies? It's getting pretty warm. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Come and die. Yeah. Like this plasma? I think did I pick up the energy weapons? That would make this plasma more efficient. Normally don't on survival, but I definitely do on campaign. So strategy for campaign and survival are clearly different in this game. It's not the same game. The same strategies won't bring you success. Primarily bosses, right? I mean, you want some particularly strong weapons for bosses on campaign that you may not necessarily benefit from smaller enemies, but you definitely want to pick them up and have them, I guess, optimized or empowered for your boss fights. And because weapon drops are random. You can't really count because nothing is assured in this game. There are no assurances. But at least you, in case, you can pick them up and can save them for the right moment without any assurances. They will help you in boss fights. So we're not going to see any bosses here. We're not going to play campaign at all. It's a couple of hours in its current state. It's going to be longer in when it's finished. But currently it's almost 2 hours. I don't know, an hour and a half. I don't remember. It's been a while since I last played the campaign from start to finish. But it is in normal. It is about almost 2 hours. Maybe an hour 40 minutes. Harder difficulties where you're dying and respawning and all that, it will definitely take longer. Lethal dash. Do I have lethal dash? I don't remember. I don't have lethal dash. Thank you. So definitely having this information on the pause menu is very useful, because you don't always remember what you picked up, especially after you've done a couple of rounds. So very solid UI thinking on the devs parts. I think this has a very solid UI. I mean, this is the kind of UI that you don't think about because it's so well made. You don't have to think about it. Like, you don't have to be looking for things or thinking, oh yeah, that's in a bad place. Everything is in a good place. It's very minimal. There's not much UI getting in your way. Not many big numbers jumping up and down. So let's get out of here. I think I got what, like 8 million? 3 million. Okay, that's not that much. But at least we're building up the leaderboard, right? So next person wants to take hard, they'll see there's some effort in it, and give it a try. Try to get high score for sure. $3 million we got. We tried about 3 or 4 times. I think we can definitely get better. We can get in a roll. We can get more power-ups as well, and we can get in the right flow. We can get a few more million for sure. Hard and then normal. We have the other one we played. We got 435 million there. So yeah, it's quite a jump from normal to hard. It definitely changes your strategy a bit, and even without changing difficulty, changing the map can be harder. It's a little more subjective. It depends on how you play. It can be, a map can be easier for somebody and harder for somebody else. Tangle for me is definitely harder. It's a lot of fun. I like the map a lot. It just turns around. The boss fight in campaign on that map is really cool. But definitely on survival, it is a harder map for me to play. So there's a lot of challenges there, just getting better on a map, even without changing the difficulty. There's a lot of maps, right? There's a lot of maps to try to fall in love with, to improve in. As you increment your skills in the game as a whole, you know, it will take you so far, but you do have to practice the maps, which just makes this game have a longer lifespan for sure. There's a lot to do in this game. If you want to find challenge for yourself, that's the thing, right? If you want a game that gives you like constantly gives you more story updates or whatever, then you know you're looking for something else, something more story driven, more extensible in that sense. I think the campaign is a good starting point in this game, and the story makes it entertaining, and the bosses are really cool, and they're a nice challenge. But I think campaign is the beginning of this game. Campaign is where you fall in love with the game. I think the challenges, I think survival is where you keep coming back to this game. I think it's where you hone your skill. Then there's the arena. The arena are specific timed activities, so you have to do certain things in a certain time, like kill a boss. So there's replayability in that way. If you want to play bosses, for example, you can come play them in the arena. You don't have to play like the whole campaign, just play a boss. There's accuracy challenges in the arena. Kill this many enemies in this much time using accuracy weapons like the sniper. So this is definitely where you keep coming back. Daily run, so daily run every day. It's different. It's not implemented right now, but it seems like something to keep you coming back. And yeah, the campaign, of course, you can keep playing the campaign in different difficulty levels, and you can keep getting better at it. So it is replayable, right? But again, for me, the campaign's where you fall in love with the game, where you understand the mechanics, where you get led into different scenarios that teach you different things about the game, and then you can come back into these focused experiences in order to hone your skills. So I don't see this game as something that will keep expanding the campaign infinitely like some of the games can. It could. I mean, I don't know what those plans are. They may very well have that planned. But at least for me, I see this game as a game that keeps expanding the challenges, keeps expanding the survival variety, keeps expanding weapons, upgrades, the arenas, all these things. I think that's where this game can keep growing forever. For a long time, not forever, but for a long time, and can keep coming back for sure. Alright, well, this has been my play of survival of curved space, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really had a good time playing it for you guys. It's definitely... I played a lot of it. I played quite a bit of it. I have around 40 hours logged in for the beta, so I definitely put in my time on it, and I'm probably gonna keep putting in time on it, testing things and reporting bugs until the game comes out. Alright, well, thank you very much. I think that's going to be it for me.